What is going on, guys? It is time for another episode of the Chasing Waypoints podcast. It's official. That is it. We are on the home stretch, the official countdown to the Dakar Rally, 2022. You guys are following these guys on social media. You're going to be seeing a lot of traveling going on and a lot of people en route. So, curious to see what this year is going to be like. Got a lot of new bikes, primarily from the KTM Gas and Husky camp. I think those guys really want their title back. You don't just go out and win 14 and 15 of those and then give them up to the red bikes. So I got a feeling it's going to be an interesting one for this. Well, not this year's, but next year's 22 Dakar. So let's turn the party down. We're on the website. Let's check some of this stuff out. But if you've been following along, you know that again, all the teams are traveling. A lot of the people said their goodbyes. Their Christmas dinner was their last kind of hurrah with the family before they set out in their journey. A lot of them now, Mason Klein, I believe Skylar Howe's already over there, Ricky Brabeck, and all of the Americans are there. So I'm curious to see some more posts, a little bit of what goes into the first couple of days, Right now they're just getting settled in, probably getting rid of the jet lag and all the other stuff, getting used to the climate and what it's like. So scrutineering, I know, coming up. The bikes were getting ready. I saw a post from one of the mechanics. I believe it's Eric Scranton of the Honda team. Posted a picture of all the Honda bikes lined up at the King Abdullah the sports center where basically everything kind of like the headquarters hangs out. So I'm curious to see how everything happens. Last week's episode, we were keeping track of how many times I said so. This time we're keeping track of how many Curiouses I use in this. So turning this down. We're on the Dakar site. It's January 1st through January 14th is the length of the race. So it'll be interesting to see here. Let's see. What do we got on news here? According to the Dakar, we've got a major reshuffle in the bike. So Honda has won 2 previous editions of the rally in Saudi Arabia, courtesy of Ricky Brabeck and Kevin Benavides. But KTM is hell-bent on regaining the upper hand, going as far as to sign the Argentinian reigning champion. Despite a drought that started last century, Yamaha is still banking on Adrian Van Beveren to restore the brand with the tuning forks to its former glory. The 34 riders in the original Bimotul class, so that's the Malimoto class, may not grab as many headlines as the big stars of the category, but they embody and share the adventure of the pros and amateurs in Dakar and will be vying for a coveted title. So that is the headline from December 25th, released at 4:42. Again, this is on the Dakar site. This will definitely be interesting. Like I said, I know that KTM and Husky showing up with the new bike. I believe Gas is still designed the same as those guys. So a new bike. It looked in some of the pictures that I saw from Skylar House's Instagram. It's kind of hard to tell, but it almost seems like they made the tank a little bit bigger in the back. Now, I don't know if that's just because of either they're trying to play with the weight on the bike and get it a little bit better balanced, a little bit more planted. I don't know. Or just something as simple as at Morocco, they can run a smaller tank because the distances aren't as long as they are at the Dakar. So it could be something, but I think there's been some changes there. I know they're working hard on it. It's obviously it's hard to come up and bring a whole new bike, getting away from that trellis or ladder frame style that they've used for years and years, and then now going to a more motocross. Well, it seems more motocross oriented motorcycle. So it will definitely be interesting to see now how they do across 14 days of racing or 13 days of racing. versus a shorter like Morocco Rally and type of thing. So there's plenty of time to make mistakes. There's plenty of time to make up time. So it should help, shuffle things up a little bit. Electronic road books I know are coming. I haven't checked into it, but I believe you got that. You had last year, you had the tire rule. I don't think they've made any changes on that one. But it will be interesting to see it. Then also the original by Motul class. So these guys are the like the OGs. This is what it was like back in the day. And really, it's for those that don't know, the Malamoto class is just, or as I say, for those playing the home game, the Malamoto class is very simple. It's just you, the machine, a couple boxes, and the people in the bivouac, that can give you a hand. So certain people in the bivouac. So it makes it more interesting for competitors. It reduces the budget of entry, but it also increases the workload from day to day. So that could definitely make it challenging. When you want to sleep, when you want to take a break because it's been some long days, you got to do stuff. So it'll be interesting. Another big one. Mostly this is let's see, the Italian Danilo Petrucci. I'm totally butchering that, I'm sure. Moving from MotoGP to Rally Raid, which is going to be interesting to see. It's kind of a different style of riding, slightly. It's no big deal. Here you got dunes, and in MotoGP you've got some hill climbs, some changes in elevation on track. And you're going to see that same track, 53 times in a race or however many laps they do. So it'll be interesting to see the transition on it. So just still here on the website for the Dakar, Sherco was mentioned. The Sherco bike is looking pretty hot. I don't know if you guys saw that on social media, but that Sherco is looking pretty good. I like the color combination, that Kashima coat with the blue and everything. It looks pretty slick. So they're working on their stuff, and then once again, Mason Klein in the getting a quick blurb on this, and this is just an excerpt from it. So several young riders have already shown that they have what it takes to fight for the places of honor in their Dakar debut. 20-year-old American Mason Klein and 23-year-old South African Bradley Cox could steal the show on their first try, as could Italian Danilo Petrucci. Danilo, we were just talking about him about the MotoGP transition. So I'm excited. Klein right off of a win over at the Morocco Rally. So now focused on the Dakar, and he's been getting ready. Like I said, I was up at the fundraising event and got a chance to meet and hang out with a bunch of new guys and put some names to faces and faces to names, or however you want to say it. So it was pretty cool. I'm looking forward to some more events like that. For those ago that listened or heard a couple of episodes ago, we're doing the adventure raid here based in San Diego, looking for 3 dates on that starting next year. So more info coming on that next year, especially how to set up the bikes and get ready for something like that. So already working on that one. Already got the parts from Rally Moto Shop, so now it's just a matter of printing up some pieces that I need and then getting those things on there. Right now, it's now we're at the try and find a phone that's easily that if you lost tomorrow, you wouldn't be in having to declare bankruptcy, and two, it's no big deal. It's just a burner phone basically. So. Looking forward to that and getting some more details on that one. But yeah, we're almost there. Another interesting one, and this is on the other side of it. This is going to 4 wheels instead of the 2. Is the development on the T1 Plus class for the vehicles. So the long disputed, two-wheel drive versus 4-wheel drive, and the advantages of the suspension and tire size and stuff like that. Nasser Al-Attiyah in the T1 Plus Toyota Hilux, looking pretty good. I saw the videos of them introducing the car and what it's like, and yeah, a little more suspension travel and taller tires, and that thing is looking pretty snazzy. So I got a feeling that the gap is going to be closed between the two now. That truck and obviously Nasser Al-Attiyah knows how to drive things. I think is definitely going to have a stronger showing. Maybe even make the win a little bit easier. So that'll be cool to see that. And then and I'm also looking forward to the big guys, Kamaz, and the big trucks, the support trucks. That's also kind of a cool, the bikes are where it's at. I think that's a really cool, unique challenge. But then you say, okay, well, we're going to take this, 10-ton semi truck with off-road tires and tons of suspension and 1,000 horsepower and 1,000 foot-pounds of torque, and we're just going to go send it. So you have to admire that for sure. So let's see, what do we got? Competitors on this one. That was another big shakeup there. You got Sam Sunderland joining Daniel Sanders on the Gas team, the red KTMs for those playing the home game. So Benavides donning the number 1 plate for this one. Ricky Brabeck with the number 2. Sam Sunderland, that number 3 on Gas. Daniel Sanders, the number 4 on Gas. Skylar Howes, 5, going to be number 5, and he is on the Husky team. Frank Ukami, I believe he is doing, I believe that's Hero. Pablo Quintanilla in the number 7 spot, or number 7, and with the Honda team, Martin Michek, Jose Ignacio Cornejo, number 11 on the Honda team, Xavier Desultre, another one on the Husky team. Let's see, Lorenzo Santolino, Ross Branch, number 16. Then you've got, that's the Yamaha. Then you've got Juan Pedrero Garcia, like I don't speak Spanish. Number 17, Toby Price on the KTM, 18. Rui Goncalves, number 19. I believe that says TBS on his shirt. And then let's see who else we got. Harith Noah Coitha, number 20. Milan Engel, Marcial, Jan Brabeck, 23. Camille Chaplier, 24. Conrad, 26. Joaquim Rodriguez, 27. Zakariak in 28. Andrew Short, number 29, of course, on the Yamaha. And then Antonio Mayo on number 30th. Let's see who else we got. Run through these here. Mohamed Belushi, David Passy on that. Juan Pablo Guillen on the number 35. He is, let's see who else we got. So that's taking pretty good shape. There is still Mason. You need a headshot if you listen to this before the start of the race, but I'm sure you'll be getting that done at registration. All of that. Let's see who else we got. Matthias Wagner, number 52. Just scrolling through these guys here and checking out who's all in here. More names to remember. See Franco Pico. Oh, Pico, I know that one. He is on the new news. Let me see. Why can't I remember Franco Pico hobbies? Where does it go? There it is. He's on the Fantic. If you guys saw the EICMA show and got to see some of those pictures, that thing is looking rad. The Fantic 450 Rally kind of has, I feel like it's got a little bit of Tenere 700. And then I also think that it has a little bit of its own. I like the color scheme. I like all of that, but definitely a nice bike. So I'm curious to see how it performs over the 14 days or 13 days of racing. So there's Danilo Pertucci. There's Joan Barreda Bort with that number 88. Danilo Petrucci, that number 90. Let's see who else we got here. Matias Nari, Sara Garcia, number 98. So definitely a lineup for the bikes. I mean, I kind of lost count here, but there is definitely some entrance for that. Let's see, what do we got here? Those are all of those guys. So yeah, so this is going to be an interesting Dakar. I'm hoping to see some changes, maybe Honda again, but I know KTM's hungry, and by that I mean KTM Husky Gas. That was another interesting one that kind of happened quietly. The Husky split from Rockstar. Now I don't know if that's maybe Red Bull KTM, Gas Red Bull, Husky Rockstar. I don't know. Maybe there's a little fly in the ointment, a little, I don't know, something like that. So this will definitely be interesting. So that it's easy to find if you guys want to check out what I was just looking at. That is on Dakar.com. And just up at the top, click on the competitor side of it. So you can see what I was looking at there. So definitely looking at keeping track of some of these guys. Let's see. And then also very important, very, very important, you have the official broadcasters list as well. So Red Bull TV is going to be worldwide. Just looking here, the Olympic channel will be doing the U.S. coverage as well. Trying to find, let's see, who else is Peacock. Oh, maybe it's time to sign up for that. Peacock will also be showing it. Then let's see here. Lithuania, scrolling through it. Pants out, south. Yep. Okay. All right. So if you're on the U.S., you've got Peacock, you have got Red Bull TV, and then you've got the Olympic channel. So those three are the main sources for us here on this side of the pond. And then there is, let's see, I know there was also some international coverage that we used to get that you had to kind of pipe through the channels and try and get it. I don't think it was Eurosport. It might have been Eurosport. But obviously the commentating and the coverage was a little bit different. They're a little bit more inside track on that stuff. So definitely going to be looking to get one of those, keep track of this. We've got the quads. Everybody likes the quads, or the quats, as we used to call them. Not a strong field as always, but still pretty awesome to see. Audi. That's right. Stefan Petterhansel, Carlos Sainz in the Audi team. Nasser Al-Attiyah on the Toyota side of it. Nani Roma. Also, it's cool to see all of these like legend names. Oh, this guy. Cyril Dupre with Tay Perry, that 210. And then Sebastian Loeb. That guy's a badass. I liked him racing in the rally car stuff, but the Dakar thing suits him well as well. But yeah, that guy is definitely a shoe. Let's see, we got Mini also up in this. Who else? Matthias Ekstrom is the other guy on the Audi team. Just looking, getting their pro headshots in here. A lot of black and white. Leia Sainz off the bike and into the cars. That's been news for a little bit. Let's see. There's the Cornells. Who else we got? Definitely a lot of car entries for sure. Still scrolling here, looking for a few more people that we may or may not know. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers the car guys. Watching them. All right. Now let's go over to the UTVs. Now, hang tight. This is mostly about motorcycles and what we do here on the Chasing Waypoints podcast and that. But, let's kind of see what else is going on, right? Okay, SSV. Let's see. Got Thomas Bell, Austin Jones. Let's see who else we got here. Looking through this, I don't see... I thought I would see a few more of these guys, but I don't see anybody racing the SSV class. And then also, then again, I don't follow this like, to the T and be like, oh yeah, this guy's running or that guy's running. What about in light prototype? There is Mitch Guthrie, number 304, going to be, and then Seth Quintero, number 303. Let's see, those guys, you can find them stateside racing stuff every once in a while. And I say that jokingly. I know they got a pretty busy race schedule. Let's take a look. They got a pretty stacked field. They got definitely a healthy amount of entries for the light prototype class. So that'll be interesting to see as they get all that. And then you've got the trucks, the big guys. Ignacio Casada off of the quads and into the big trucks. I think this is his second year. I think he raced the trucks before, then went to quads and then came back to the truck side of things. So kind of interesting, a bit of a change in pace. But yeah, I'm very curious to see how that shakes down. I'm trying to see. I don't see any of the other guys that I've seen in this before. I'm trying to remember who was that came over and was going to race the. Let's see, Dakar, DeRoy. Is he not racing this? I don't see him on here. Huh. I'm guessing that means he may have retired. Maybe so. Huh. Bummer. I know he came over to race one of the Baja races on this thing, drove the thing across the U.S. and then was going to do the, I believe it was the 500 or the 1,000, but then ended up having to tap out, do some medical thing. So that kind of sucked, but still kind of curious to see what those trucks would do over here versus what they have to go through in the Dakar and some of the other rallies that they race it in. So yeah. So let's see, what else do we have other than rainy weather here in San Diego? And it's actually winter time. For those of you playing the East Coast game, it is a chilly, absolutely chilly, 40 degrees in the mornings. I don't know how you guys do it back east in those temperatures. So let's see here. We've got that one. We've got the Dakar coming up. Try and do some updates during, but it's, there's a lot of information, a lot of stuff going on. So if there's any highlights or whatever, I might pop in and throw an episode together and see what we can come up with. But yeah, so looking forward to that. Still working on trying to get some more information on the first rally coming up, the Sonora Rally. You've got the Sonora Rally, you've got the Cota Rally, you've got Baja Rally. So North America-wise, there is a healthy number of events that we can keep up with, and that if you were so inclined to do so, you could pretty much throw together a pretty good rally season between the three organizations. So definitely keep your eyes open for the calendar. I will be making some changes on the Chasing Waypoints website to make the information a little bit easier to find, so you guys can check that out and get more information on each of the events directly linked to their websites. Again, so it's been really cool hanging out at the events this year and doing some of the stuff with them and talking to a lot of people and putting names to faces and vice versa, and just all the new people, hearing people that, sharing their story that, they heard about the episode or they heard about the particular event on the episode. And then they're there at the event, entries into, like, say, Cota Rally, Happy Land Ranch Rally. We did that, meeting some people that heard about it on the podcast. So I'm absolutely excited that, it's getting out. The word is spreading and that the podcast is growing. I'm seeing it in the analytics and what's coming. So, it's been a crazy year, hitting all of these different countries and being worldwide. And learning a lot, and changing up the equipment and the intro. I mean, it's like all this little background work that goes into it, that, I filter between the day job and this, and sometimes the day job takes over. Sometimes, the health takes over. There's different things you got to do, But it is definitely a priority. Working on some stuff. We're going to be actually, I think in the next first quarter of 2022, hopefully in the earlier part of it, we're actually going to be able to start doing actual video. So we're setting up a small studio in the house and being able to get some video podcasts going and overlays and things like that. And I'm excited about that, right? Because you have some different exposure when you get into YouTube and things like that to help grow it. Thankfully, Spotify and Anchor has a new setup where you can do a video podcast. So I'm looking forward to that one. You guys will get to stare at me in my official BMW beanie until I get the official KTM one or the Husky one, or, I don't know. So now that we've got some different bikes in the garage, I don't feel bad about wearing certain brand stuff, even though I don't like to be a billboard, but still. Anyway, so we've got that going on. Those are the things coming for 2022. I don't think this is the official last episode for this year. We've got New Year's coming up at the end of the week, and so I'm looking forward to that, spending it with the friends, family, girlfriend, and just hanging out. So I am definitely up for that. So let's see what happens. 2022. Got the latest and greatest update on the coronavirus, so that's good. I was worried that update wasn't going to go through and we weren't going to get a new version of it. Oh, dang, I just went political on this, didn't I? But no, hey, everybody stay safe, be careful. And I know that this is winter over here in the Californias and in the North America side of it. And so I hope everybody is staying safe and doing what they need to do to keep themselves safe and able to ride. So definitely looking forward to that and getting some more stuff in, getting some miles in. I'm going to try and beat my record. I think I'm about to have officially owned the 790 for a year and a half, and I still only have about 4,000 miles on it, which I believe is completely unacceptable. So we're going to make that change. That'll be the go-to bike for setting up the stages for the adventure raid and getting some miles in, get that thing going. I'm kind of curious about the steg pegs. I saw somebody else, or I saw somebody on Facebook that added that, complete offshoot here, but I saw some people that added that. I'm curious to see how those work and the benefits of it. That it locks. For those who don't know what it is, the steg pegs is basically this like rubber puck that gets mounted on the bike. But what it does is it provides support to the back of the boot on the inner part of it, and it's supposed to help you kind of lock into the bike a little bit better. And I feel like that's a love-hate relationship. I feel like some people that have used them for a long time swear by them and would never go anywhere else. But then at the same time, I feel like there's people that have used them and say that they're complete garbage and that they're not, So to each their own. I think I'm going to go with the neutral ground on this and just say that it doesn't matter if the bike is set up and you feel comfortable with the way the bike is set up. There you have it. So I'm curious to try because I've never tried it. I've tried pivot pegs. I like the pivot pegs. It's kind of a cool thing. But then I also have the Raid Garage pegs on the 790, and they're lowered. And I like that it changed the way the bike felt for me, the 790, with lowering the pegs. So I don't know. We'll do some stuff. But the main thing is get out and ride, wear some tires out, and do that stuff. So. And then, of course, we have the Project 501. Interesting. The name is born. Project number 501. That is the official name for the Husky rally bike that I'm building. So got a ton of little projects going on, but that definitely. I was checking out some photos today on Every Single Sunday's podcast, Every Single Sunday's Instagram channel. And Travis posted up some pictures of his gas that he's building with the Moto-Minded tower on it. He got the graphics done over at Authentic, and that thing looks cherry. Brand new gas. I mean, this thing looks, so good. So if you haven't followed him already, you definitely want to jump on over to that. It's Every Single Sunday on Instagram. and check it out. I mean, that, like, I'm telling you, that bike is legit. So I'll be taking some of the cues for building the Project 501 off of that one, and hopefully we can put together something pretty clean looking. I can only hope to make it as clean as that eventually when, we get famous, and then, KTM says, sure, here's a bike for you, or, Gas or whoever, sure, here's a bike. Then we'll talk about brand new bike builds. But for now, the idea behind this thing was get a used bike, get something that's clean and good, and then just build it up and get it ready to do some road books. So we're well on our way. We've got a ton of parts already, and a lot of people helping out. I appreciate the help from Achurbis. Another mention too, and this is crazy, but San Diego BMW Motorcycles has been helping me also get parts for the bike. And not necessarily the Husky parts, but also being able to get some of the aftermarket stuff, which is important. There's a lot of stuff out there. So, luckily the guys there have been able to help me source some of the stuff and get it. So, definitely looking forward to getting that bike up and running and ready and ready to do some miles. So yeah, well, anyway, with that being said, stay tuned. We got a lot more coming, in the new year. We've got more coming this year. I'm sure I'll probably jump in and do another episode before the year is out in the next few days. We do have the North American stuff. So once again, we've got Sonora Rally coming up. We've got the Kota Rally coming up. And then Baja Rally also has both its main event, the Baja Rally, and then also the Catavina Rally this year, as well as a school. And then on the other side of things, don't forget, and I'll be going to this for sure, probably a late birthday gift to myself, but in February, right at the beginning of February, is the school between Donnie from School of Moto and then Justin and Kira of West by 1000 called the Cold Start. Definitely want to check that out. If they're listening, I want to get you guys on the show and talk a little bit about this event, because I'm definitely excited. I also know the other guy behind it that's kind of helping with the logistics, Mauricio from Lost in Baja, also. And so I know he may or may not have his hand in the food and what's going on there. So he's always never let me down. Always some great recommendations, some hole in the wall places that you would never find if you were just doing the tourist thing without hitting him up. So I'm definitely looking forward to that part of it, and we'll see. We'll shake loose. So we'll keep you guys up to date on that and more. So yeah. With that being said, I hope everybody has or had a great Christmas, great holiday, celebrated it with friends and family, had a good time, stayed safe, and did all of that stuff. But in the meantime, we'll see you guys. All right, that is a wrap for the Chasing Waypoints podcast this week. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like what you heard. We are available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and a bunch of others. Also, follow us on social media. You can find us on Facebook under Chasing Waypoints, Instagram Chasing Waypoints _official, and of course, the YouTube under Chasing Waypoints. Hope everybody has a good week. We will see you guys for the next episode. Remember, shiny side up, and don't forget to tag us. We want to see where you guys are riding and what you guys are up to. Have a great week.